So yeah, we're just back here at the cottage where basically it all started.
Yeah, it's been about a year and a half, I think, almost, since Evan came up with the idea of the Rare Earth series and explained it to me.
Yeah.
And then we sat down on a porch just over there. And tried to sort of kick off what the idea was going to be like, what the series is going to be up. And it's amazing what you guys have done in that amount of time. I mean, have you figured out how many countries you've been to? Have you totaled them up?
I think we've been through like 10, 12 countries.
10, 12?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, where you got
a lot
round
of countries.
off.
Yeah.
And I mean, different sides of the planet.
Different sides of the world, yeah. We just we just finished filming in Albania and Armenia.
Yeah.
And we're now doing Canada. We're just starting Canada, which is exciting. Newfoundland.
Albania, little.
Canada.
Big.
Actually, Newfoundland is basically, I think it's actually bigger than Albania.
Yeah,
a lot bigger.
That's just a small province.
That's just a small province, yeah.
Canada's second biggest country in the world.
Yeah.
We've got a lot of territory to cover.
Yeah.
But a lot of history. Last year was Canada's 150th birthday. And I thought, as a Canadian who's lived away for 26 years and then lived off the planet for a while and crossed Canada thousands of times on board a spaceship, I thought it would be nice to try and put together kind of the story of Canada. And I did for the celebration. I spoke in 20 or 25 cities across the country and trying to explain, where the land came from, the history of this water that's behind us. The glaciers made this water flow here 25,000 years ago. The first people came across 18,000 years ago. And all of human history and natural history, it's all here. And you need to somehow put it into rare earth. It's going to be a big task.
It's going to be a challenge, but we're ready to do it, And it's been very nice, very interesting to see different cultures, different histories, honestly, and the way the planet has been shaping, and the way that us, people have been shaping it. We've been through, again, Southeast Asia. We've been through Japan, through Cuba, through Chile. Yeah, all over the place.
You've been to Easter Island.
Easter Island.
That's amazing. Places I've only seen from a spaceship. Places I haven't been on the ground. But I'm pleased you're starting Canada and Newfoundland. Because in the great age of discovery that came from where you're from Italy and from Spain and from Portugal, I mean, two of the great early explorers, Columbus and Cabot, they both came out of Italy. They went international. They went to Spain and Portugal. They got the funding and the ships, the latest of the technology, and they launched. Columbus went straight across, but Cabot realized that if you pull a string tight across a globe, it doesn't go around the line of longitude. The shortest distance goes north in the northern hemisphere, and that's what he'd realized. And so he went north and launched out of England, and he's the one who named it, because he did a deal with the King of England that new found land would belong to England, and so that's where the name came from. It was John Cabot. So but the Vikings had been there for 500 years previous. So
one of the things we're gonna talk about are the Vikings.
Some amazing stories. We've actually found a grave up on Labrador, just across the Straits of Belle Isle, from 7,000 or 8,000 years ago.
Okay.
And it's a grave, a big one. It's 3-4 meters across, big circle. It would have taken days to have moved all the rock. When they dug down into it, it had one body in it, and it was a young man, a teenager.
Wow.
And to me, to think, I don't know the people that were living here 7,000 years ago. That's before the pyramids, But they honored that young man. They loved that young man. They took days and days out of their lives just to have a burial that suited how important he was in their lives. So, we kind of think, oh, well, the Vikings got here 1,000 years ago. Caboto got here 500 years ago. That's when history began. 7,000 years before that, or 6,000 years before that, there were people here.
It's crazy to think about that.
And that had both the time and the culture to honor one passage of life that heavily. So I'm really looking forward to the story you're going to tell, starting on the top right corner.
Actually.